Happy New Year!
We're back.
Like nothing's changed, ain't it, Jord?
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Nope. So, what happened? Not much happened.
No.
I'll tell you what, let's get through this and I'll tell you what happened, because we are going to take apart a McLaren engine. That's right, I said we, like the royal we, not piss.
Right, come on then.
We're over in strip down unit.
Yep.
Feels like strip down unit at the minute.
It's a very cold strip down unit.
It is cold, it's winter. We haven't moved everything over because the sides haven't been done in the engine room yet. But I got a bit keen and Jason from Snap-on come and moved all my toolboxes. So now I'm over here working with no tools.
Oh.
So Jordan is the most equipped tool-wise now.
It is, over there.
So we're back to the age-old days of hammers and chisels to take stuff apart. Yeah, we broke up the Monday, so I was a kind boss and let them all have Christmas Eve off.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So we broke up on Christmas Eve, and we were off. So we're back today, which is the 2nd. But the Saturday after Christmas, I came in because Chris Slix came down to go through his McLaren engine. So I will catch you up. There is bits I caught. I didn't catch anything with him on camera because I did a lot of what I did without him here. But his channel, he's posted a video up. It'll kind of go a little bit like this and then it will stop up to where we are now.
Okay.
So go check his video out.
We'll put a link in. I'm sure the viewers know where to find him.
Yeah, that's it.
Flashback.
So this is Chris Slix's 3.8 V8 twin turbo engine out of his 650S, and it was upside down. So he's a little bit concerned on things like this, where it's full of oil in the ports and there's bits of glass. So it's not had an easy life because you can see oil and debris and rubbish all over it, and that's not from the crash. That's just sort of how the car was looked after. All this swarf over the gearbox is where they cut the rear frame. So the alternator is broken. The heat shield was wrecked, so I've got that off. So what we're gonna do is, I've already started to take off all this stuff. So the breather system, so you've got 2 coolant hoses there, the control solenoids for the wastegates, both turbo intake pipes, and the crossover hoses for the coolant hose, and then that is a heat shield that's damaged. I think I've got another one, but I will double check. So I'm going to split the gearbox off it and get it on the engine stand, and then we can start the reverse of assembly, which in this day and age is called disassembly. So we've pretty much got a lot of the ancillaries off, the covers off, but I have this issue to deal with, and I am wondering if we're going to get cylinders full of oil. I'm going to end up dropping some plugs out. There we go. Bring in spark plugs. Yeah. It's coming out of holes it shouldn't come out of. That plug is definitely semi-full plugs. One cylinder was full of oil because you can see it running out. Right, see if we can get this water pump off, and I can get the compressor off, and then we'll see if we can turn the motor over. So we've pretty much got a lot of the ancillaries off, the covers off, but I have this issue to deal with, and I am wondering if we're going to get cylinders full of oil. I'm going to end up dropping some plugs out. There we go. Bring in spark plugs. Yeah. It's coming out of holes it shouldn't come out of. That plug is definitely semi-full plugs. One cylinder was full of oil because you can see it running out. Right, see if we can get this water pump off, and then I can get the compressor off, and then we'll see if we can turn the motor over. So it looks pretty hanging, but we're getting there. So I spun it upside down and just got all the oil out of every orifice. I think the breather plate is split in the past, that the oil cooler and the oil filter housing is bolted to, because that is very, very old, dirty oil. So I think it's split in the past and it's flooded the V and never been cleaned out properly, but you can just see it's all caked and everything. So she'll look like a shiny penny when she's done. So Chris has just popped out a minute. I think he's gone out for a chat with Ben. So I thought I'd catch her up. So we've got this head off. And it's sat down here. Variators, cams, head bolts. I've just taken variators off this side, so I'm going to take this head off quick, and then I will run you through what I've found to sort of catch you up. I'll run you through what we found. So if we come over here, Dav. So the two bits we found broken are the alternator smashed and a heat shield, but I think I've got both of those. Some of these pipes are in pretty bad condition. Yep. So everything needs to go through the wash tank and get serviced, PCV, that sort of thing.
It looks a bit grotty.
It's stinking dirty, but also the swarf is where they had to cut the frame to get the engine out.
Oh.
So that's not damage on the gearbox. That's literally where they cut the back of the car off to get the engine and gearbox out. And then I don't know whether you can see, mate, the rear crash structure went through the cooler.
Not good.
No. So he's got to sort that out. That's fine. That's all off. Then I took the heads off. And again, they are disgusting.
Ew.
So both heads are off. Nothing looks abnormal. Just everything is very, very heavily worn.
I must admit, I'm not up to speed with this. So what's the history of this?
This was a driving experience car that got crashed.
Ah, okay.
One of these car hero
type places.
It'll
Yeah.
be on his site, who exactly it is. But the story goes that the instructor jumped on the brake pedal, and the kid driving it had one of his feet tucked under the brake pedal or tucked to one side, and when matey pushed on the brake pedal, it crushed his foot.
Oh.
And he panicked, so the car wouldn't stop properly, and he panicked and mashed the gas as well.
Oh my God.
And it ended up going off the track, going upside down, all sorts. So that's kind of what I've heard. I don't know whether that is the story or not, but anyway, car ended up on its roof. And it was upside down for a while because all the inlet was full of oil, everything. So we've had the plugs out, gone through it. The liners look good, which is what we're going to keep. Everything's just battered, mate.
Yeah.
It's just tired and
It's had
old.
a hard life, hasn't it? Obviously, been an experienced car.
It's done high mileage.
Yeah.
And it's not been serviced. Typical experienced car, really. They claim they service it.
You've seen a few of those here, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. Just what the cams are just worn out. The lobes are missing off the cams. I did find a good one. Here you go. If you come around here, look, Dav. This is what I showed Chris on his video. So you can see where it started to wipe the lobe.
Yeah.
And then the rockers, well, you can hear it. If we didn't have noisy staff. That is the lip. That's my finger on the lip.
Yep.
Just there. Just worn the cam away. So it needs 4 cams, the 8 rocker sets. We'll put new variators on them because we know variators are crap on these.
Yep.
Gasket set top and bottom. I've got new oil pump, new water pump, new alternator for him, and we'll just service it. It's having CP rods and pistons, which we've got, and then our stud kit as well, which we've got.
Okay.
So what I will try and do right now is pull the DLD off, the driveline damper. Whew.
It moves. Okay, there we go, look.
Try and pull the DLD off, pull the compound gear off the front.
Yep.
Pull the oil pump out, and then we'll just split the crankcase. We can so we can have a look at the bearings.
Yep.
While you are here, dear boy.
Okay.
I would have it on my engine stand, but Mitch is on the engine stand
With a Lamborghini.
with a V10. So we're just trying to do some sealings.
And this is the Balboni.
Yeah, this
Gallardo.
is. So it's leaking on the front case. Someone's been in there before anyway. Where are we going? Here we go. Have a look here. So instead of fixing it properly, people just
Shite, nearly slipped.
People just paint sealant over everything. Like,
Oh.
see it?
Yeah.
Shouldn't look like that.
No.
And you can see like someone's had a Dremel in here or something to try and clean some of it
Been
off.
butchered.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Let me wipe up your oil, mate, so you don't slip again.
Right, health and safety.
Don't have that ear mush. Right. See what we can do here then, Sanny.
So, I don't know if you said which McLaren model was this out
So
of?
this is out of a 650S.
650, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is out of his 650S. Oh, that's tight as a tiger. How was your Christmas then?
It was lovely, thank you, bud. Nice and quiet.
Was it?
Lots of.
You say quiet, but like you've got two crazy kids
Well,
and a crazier missus.
It's quiet for me. Staying away from craziness.
Tame.
Although I did go out on New Year's Eve.
Did you tear it up, Dav?
Well, it's a house party with some of the old guys that I used to work with on the car magazines and the mountain bike magazines.
That sounds very dangerous.
Yes. So shout out to
The one
Doddy,
in-
Steph, Tim, Kirsty, and all those guys who, when we came back 2 hours later, were absolutely battered.
Off their box. Mint. That's the future, that is. So I have just taken off a compound gear. So on the McLaren, the nose of the crank, this bolts off, but the nose of the crank drives the oil pump chain, and it drives the water pump chain. Then there's a compound gear here that's gear driven, which then drives the two timing chains.
Yeah.
So this one sits on here. So we've just popped that out because you can't get these two chains out of a compound gear on.
Sure.
So we put all new timing chains on it. So we'll have all new tensioners, all that malarkey.
Lovely.
And then the oil pump gear is a bit of a sod to get out. But I have a special tool for doing it.
Do you know what I thought you might have?
Yep.
So are you back fully refreshed then? Because you've
Nope. Would rather be off.
Yes. You're back. We'll leave it at that.
It was kind of good. Like you never really shut off, but I didn't do one email.
Fair play, dude.
On purpose. So I sat there last night while Kate was watching some crap. And did an hour of emails, just kind of catch up. Nate's over there now, sorting some out. But yeah, I didn't.
What about other ways like WhatsApp, DMs and things?
Tried. It never stops, mate. So you try to keep on top of it a little bit.
Yeah.
The other side of it is, this is the difficulty of all the group chats I'm in is my personal phone.
Of course it is, yeah.
And everyone goes, oh yeah, get a second phone, get a second phone. It's a fucking nightmare keeping on top of one phone.
Yeah.
Like trying to keep on top of two phones. I don't see how that would help me.
And then you look like a drug dealer anyway. So
the difficulty is like I get people message the business page and it says, oh, we're back in the new year. So they don't get joy. Then they message me on Facebook personally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everything I have has an auto response on it saying, drop me an email. Email's always email.
Yeah.
Always email. People go, I've rung 10 times and no one's answered.
Yeah.
Leave a message.
Yeah.
Leave a message. I answer every voicemail, we answer. So that's the hardest bit, is just staying on top of all the different forms of contact.
Of course, yeah.
Different ways of...
Yeah, there's so many ways these days. It's
Like we used to, me and Kate used to answer every YouTube comment, but there's no chance we can do that now.
No.
We get 500-600 comments a video, and then it went off over the weekend, over the Christmas period. We had YouTube-wise, we had a good sort of couple of weeks because obviously Chris dropped his video on this.
Yeah.
So we've got this going on. We're always on technical support standby for Matt, so he's mentioned us a couple of times on his Porsche. So that's, that's quite cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's chain out. I need a tensioner. I need a pin. Let me get a pin a minute. Yeah, so obviously, it's lovely we get mentioned on sort of Matt's videos as well. Then Dean at Saving Salvage.
Oh, with the RS7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's given us some love as well. We got to do Rata-Rossers, Scott at Rata-Rossers. We've got to do his BBI engine.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the guys at Salvage Rebuild mentioned us last night as well on their YouTube. So it's kind of,
So some good
couple of weeks.
Some good collaborations coming up, but it's not been a conscious effort to do these, has it? They've kind of come
to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It's been good, I think.
Oh, and CarWow, of course.
Yeah. And then Mitch got spotted on CarWow. Not crashing a car.
Mr. CarWow himself.
Yeah. I think it's a couple of million views now.
Has it?
Yeah, the short's doing quite well.
Yeah. Nice. So they've dropped the M5, haven't they?
Yeah, so that was the new M5 when we had it on dyno.
And then there's another video that we're
There's
waiting.
some more, to come.
Which we can't talk about yet.
Yeah. Yeah, should be good.
Yep.
Right, oil pump removal tool.
Located.
Found it. Know what I'm saying?
So we've got quite a bit coming up, haven't we?
I got so many engines on the go, mate. It's actually, it kept me up the other night.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try and get on with it. Because the hard bit as well at the minute, December is that month.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of jobs cancelled. And then you just don't turn over the same. We had 4 or 5 cars not picked up. So you just
Suddenly got a big hole in the...
Yes, absolutely just murdered. And then obviously all these engine builds and stuff as well. I've got sort of stuff paid for that, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
kind of like batten down the hatches for January, isn't it?
yeah, so I just need to crack on now, laddie. Right, so there's basically 2 half moons behind the pump that are a certain shape because when I pull the gear off, you'll see they go like that. The puller on the front, 6 bolts, and a jiggly jiggler. Oh, this is going to be a bastard, isn't it? Oh. Jesus. Shit the bed. Mitch, come to this way, mate. Stand that side, hold that for me, will you? We're going all double spanner on this, bruv. All right.
Yeah.
Got it? There we go. Sweet. Thank you, dear boy. See what I mean?
Yes.
No, he says. So it is a... it sits on a taper and it is bloody impossible to get off.
Yep. So it was quite literally a two-man job.
Yeah, without this tool, bloody hell, you'd struggle.
Yeah.
Because you just can't get in behind it because it's tapered.
Yeah.
So the very first one I made was 2 washers.
Okay.
That went through the holes. But this is a bespoke tool I bought. Like that, can you see?
There we go. You've got quite a good collection of these bespoke tools, haven't you, for various different applications?
Can't beat a tool. Can't beat a good tool, mate.
Yeah.
Like that. The gear off. You see the back of it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Then your half moon just sits like so.
Nice.
Yes. Does a job, dear boy. Does a job. All right, let's go. Oil chainings, nut tensioner, water pump chainings, like so. Let's pop this back together a second. This now means we can take your pump offside of the engine, which is held on by a varied number of screws. Uno más.
I just realised I've forgotten to bring the lights, but it's quite well lit, to be fair.
And some tennings. Just I have a funny feeling I'll pull this pump out and it's going to piss oil everywhere.
Yeah, guaranteed. So, were you disappointed with the Gavin and Stacey Christmas one, or did you think it worked?
It was obvious what was going to happen, wasn't it? It was funny.
I thought that.
The only thing that caught me that I didn't see come in was Dave's Corches.
Yes.
If I'm honest, I thought that was going to be Dick Powell.
Dick Powell.
Yeah, I didn't see that being Dave, to be fair. But that bit when he comes running in, mate, with his Stravis bloody cycling gear on and his GoPro on his helmet. Honestly, I pissed myself. That was funny.
And he was a full kit wanker as well.
Yeah, yeah. He steals a show, he does. Yeah. He's hilarious, isn't it?
When he's battered as well.
Yeah, yeah. With his tie around his head.
Yeah.
I'll have another one of them, Nick.
It was funny to see how some of them had really aged.
Yeah, yeah.
And some looked the same.
Gwen looked mint, didn't she? Yeah, it didn't look like she changed, like.
No.
Yeah. I tell you what, mate, bloody old Neil the baby.
Yeah.
He's talented, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, singing.
He was playing that as well.
Neil the baby.
Neil the baby. The blackbirds in the dead of night. I always think of Boss Baby when I hear that song.
Boss Baby.
Yes. Oh, right. Sat on dowels, so let's give it a New Year's tug.
First tug of the new year for the channel.
There we go.
There it is.
How much? A lot. Oh, bloody hell. Oh no, Mayday!
Right, what do you need?
Raggings. Yeah, bloody brilliant, them rags.
This is your new environmentally
This is
friendly.
my new environmentally friendly rag service.
Yeah.
I'm not sponsored, not anything. I paid for it, but they're by MEWA, M-E-W-A.
Yeah.
And they literally turn up with a massive drum of rags. And you use them, you throw them in a waste bin, and then they collect them and give you another drum. They're fucking good, aren't they? Like, they absorb stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the blue roll and stuff we've been using is just shit.
Just disintegrates.
You just push it around.
Yeah.
Eh? Oh, God, don't start him off. The standing joke here is everyone robs Jordan's microfiber gloves.
Which you can find for sale on his
Yeah,
web
which you
shop.
can buy on Jordan's website. Right. I got everything off that side. I have. So what I need to do is flip the old girl. I have to take the knock sensors off first. Yeah, it was funny, wasn't it? Do you know that's the biggest thing BBC have had on telly in years, apparently? It's the biggest Christmas special they've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Most viewed. And a new Wallace and Gromit, wasn't it?
Do you know what? That was too much, that.
I don't like it. Callum watched it.
It went on for too long.
Yeah. It's not him anymore, either, is it? The what's his name out of Last of Summer Wine passed
Peter
away.
Sallis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the lad who does it is just someone who can do his voice really good.
Although Reece Shearsmith was good. He was the robot.
Yeah.
So out of League of Gentlemen.
League of Gentlemen. He was at.
No, but.
Do you watch Jules Holland's Hootenanny Christmas Eve?
I didn't watch it, no,
New Year's Eve.
but I have seen it previously,
He was that. Piss off, Ross. What's your go-to Christmas film then? I don't know why we're talking about Christmas films. It's a year away yet.
Yeah, no.
Did you watch Die Hard?
Yeah, Die Hard's a Christmas film, mate. And I watched Die Hard 2. Hey? No, because only the first two are Christmas films. Die Hard with a Vengeance is then a
It was Easter, wasn't it?
summer film. Oh, what size do I need here, Douglas? That's a 19, I think, but. Yeah. And then the only other thing we did was went to Old Trafford to watch Man United play Newcastle.
Oh, fair play.
No, it wasn't. Like, as a dad who's got boys who play football, I've nearly had fights from people in the crowd shouting things. At Callum mainly, just because he's older, he was reffing a game.
Yeah.
And a parent called him a blind cunt.
Nice.
And I may have lost my cool for a second.
Yeah.
But when Xerxes got taken off in like the 30th minute, and bearing in mind, he wasn't the only one that was shit. They were all shit. Mate, that was brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah.
The whole place booed him, but I don't think it was aimed at him. I just think it was frustrated about the fact that they were fucking rubbish.
Yeah. Even so, still hard to take.
Yeah, you wouldn't, like, that's enough to destroy the kid.
Yeah.
He's only 21,
Yeah.
but he's out of his depth there. But yeah, it's good. It is good experience going there. We went last year. Took the boys last year, and it was the Villa game. And by half time, we were 2-0 down. But last year, we won it 3-2. We come back, and it was like, I think that might be a bit too much this year. I don't think it's happening. Right, that one's that way up, and that's out. They're all the right way, so we just need to flip that over. You went to watch rugby, didn't you?
Yeah. We went to watch Bath Saracens.
Bath Saracens. They had a good result. Yeah, Saracens won or lost?
Lost.
No, yeah.
Yeah. 68-10.
That's
Yeah.
not a good result.
Not a good result.
Who did you play?
Huh?
Who did you play?
Bath played Saracens.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah. Because our friend plays for Bath. Big South African dude.
Yeah. Yeah, because Ospreys won as well, didn't they? So one of my clients plays for Ospreys, James.
Right. Okay, yeah.
He's done his golf and his BMW now. Right. Let's flip this over a minute then. 2 secs.
Right, you flipped it.
We have. All I've done is flipped her on her side. So all pumps out.
So what issues do you typically find with these engines then?
That is a good question. Bend rods,
Okay.
main thing.
Yep.
When they're tuned. Cams and rockers, they seem to be a bloody service item.
Right.
We've done quite a lot that have done variators, camshafts and rockers. So we change those quite a lot, almost to the point that if we do an engine or we do anything on these, we change camshafts and rockers, the rocker arms. So they're a bit of a pain in the ass. Rods, like everything, are torque limited, and people push beyond that because it's easy to on these because they're twin turbo. So that's something you've really got to watch for. And then the only other thing really is cracked liners.
Okay.
We did Leo's 650S last year. And this makes me think this has been a part. I do think this has been a part before anyway. We did 650S for Leo last year, and I'd eaten the valve guides. I've never seen an engine do that before, how bad they were. You could see that how off-center the valve was in the guide when we stripped that.
That's my one, isn't it?
Yeah, black one. Yeah. Never really understood why the only thing I could come to with that was the shimming was so bad that the valve was constantly loaded. It's the only thing I think of why that one was so bad. And then this one, mate, has just had a bloody hard life.
Yeah.
So that's why I just really want to get to the bottom of it so I can make a list for Chris. I'll put a red pot somewhere. I can make a list for him to go, right, you need to do this, 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 and this. Like.
Is he in a big hurry to get this back? Or?
It'd be nice to have it done by end of January for him.
Okay.
But that is going to be, like I said to him, that is literally going to be parts dependent.
Of course, yeah.
And that's going to be the big thing there. So, I need an 8mm spanner now. But, yeah. So we're just going to be a couple of days of stripping down everything we've got here so I can understand what I've got to order, get on order. Because I imagine people will start screaming soon. Right. Yeah, and then we got a couple of cool things coming up. We got Skoda to sort.
Yes, of course.
Should we get that done? And then we've bought another car, haven't we?
Well, I don't know. You may or may not have told me that. I know you were looking at one. But have you actually pulled the trigger on it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too interesting a
It was
car.
a perfect fit for this
I think so.
channel.
It'll do well. And yeah, just bloody get a shot of everything else then.
Yes. So if you'd like to buy a 300ZX over there, a Nobly,
Yeah, but Noble's going to end up just going for bloody spares.
yeah, and a Skyline,
Skyline's out the back. My R6 is up for sale.
yep, and possibly a Golf.
The Golf is, I think Tom wants that though, doesn't he? I think he's just got to sell his clear.
Yep.
Well, he says he wants it.
Yeah, there's a difference between wanting it and paying me for it. So.
I guess his insurance could be quite sticky on that as well.
Yeah, I think he did say about that, mine, to be fair, didn't he?
How was Tom? What, 21?
23. He's
I
23.
wouldn't have thought 23 would be so bad, but
His mum just bloody won a car giveaway as well, didn't she?
She did win, yeah. She hasn't.
I think she chose, yeah.
the cash
What
alternative.
did she win? GT4?
GT
4R.
4RS.
No, it wasn't an RS, it was just GT4. No. And then an RS,
New M3
that was it.
or 5.
His new M3 wagon.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I know so many people that have won cars. Not me.
Not me. I've entered a few.
Yeah.
I entered one of those Amaze competitions the other day.
Well, it is interesting because the car that has popped up that we will announce was on a competition.
Yes.
Same as my Huracan, that was on a competition,
Yes.
isn't it? That's hurting my fingers. So,
And that lead was given to us by Dave, wasn't it? Dave Reed.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a turbo Cayman, hasn't he?
That's right. And he used to have a tuned Audi S4 estate track car,
Right, okay.
which I featured in Performance Audi back in the day. So I know Dave. Dave Reed.
And I'll tell you for why. Oh, it's cold. Bloody fingers are sore.
Yeah. You see, Chris Harris has bought a Jag XJS.
Yeah. You think it'll go to John?
I don't know. I think it'd be good to get him to drive the supercar.
That was the other thing. Piston Heads
Yeah.
said the Superb we built was one of the best cars of 2024.
Really? I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah, the editor. He had to choose his car of the year.
Yeah.
So all the writers had to choose car of the year, and then our Skoda was his car of the year.
Well, that's quite
That's
an
cool.
accolade.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Yeah.
We'll have to work out a plan as to where we're going to send yours when it's done.
To the moon, dear boy.
Yes.
How easy is this going to be? Oh, yeah, not too bad. Be a perfect company car, that, Dav.
Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Skoda super bad. Hey?
I've got my eyes on one at the moment.
You're looking at an LNK.
It's easy.
Ah, I want one for the Dockside boys. One for Ryan.
Same car, but 2 litre bigger.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a bloody... Ryan's got a Panamera, isn't he?
Yes.
And a Porsche. In the dead of night. So it's 2 bolt mains. Well, 4 bolt mains, 2 a side.
Yep.
So you've got big boltings and little boltings. You've got a gun there, 3/8 gun. Bored of undoing threads. And drive the world backwards, that one. I've just realised as well, it's made by Milwaukee.
That was a scene out of Wayne's World with Alice Cooper.
Go on.
Milwaukee. Comes from Milwaukee, which was the...
It's a meme floating around. It always makes me laugh. It's a girl and she can't even say styrofoam.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, does anyone else have anything that triggers them really bad?" And she goes, I can't even think about styrofoam." That is funny.
Have you seen... Right, here's one then. We were talking about the Bugatti.
Hey?
Bugatti. Yeah, where they've got the microphone next to the door handle. You'd seen that, hadn't you? And then
Did you put it in the last video?
I don't
No, I don't think you put it in, did you?
we spoke about it, and then Eddie Hall did one with the tank. Yeah. Have you seen the one with the new RS6 GT?
No.
This is actually quite good. So literally, she gets into the car, takes the wrapping off the steering wheel. You've got the Alcantara steering wheel, takes the wrapping off the centre console. It's all piano black, and it goes.
Yeah.
And it's quite good.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's an all black RS6 GT as well.
Okay.
And saw a review of the new S5 as well.
Yeah.
Which is basically the new name for the S4.
The S5 is a new name for the S4.
So Audi's new naming convention is that odd numbers are ICB engines. So odd numbers are...
ICBs?
Not ICB.
ICBs. Russian missiles?
ICBMs.
ICBMs. RBMK reactors.
ICBMs, IC Lambos as well.
Yeah. Oh, this is exactly how it was getting the head bolts off as well. Oh, bastard. Why do they insist on doing them so tight?
You're using your specialist Mitch vice.
Yeah, because he wants to use my engine stamp. That's what half the battle is. It's not how tight they are, because it's not fixed to something securely.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear boy.
Yeah, so the new naming convention.
Yeah, sorry.
So the even numbers are electric vehicles.
Yeah.
And the odd numbers are petrol/diesel.
So is that going to be like, so what, an RS4?
Yeah, will be twin turbo V6 with mild hybrid.
With mild hybrid.
But the equivalent RS5 will be electric.
Ugh.
I think.
Can't they just make like proper cars?
Well,
Like, you know, you put a key in, you start it up,
off you go.
and it goes biggity bang bang. I struggle with people who come up with that.
Well, you think about it, they spent years building these model brands, haven't they? You know, people have become an S5 kind of guy or an RS4,
Yeah.
whatever it might be, and now it's all changed.
Yeah. No, you're not.
There we go. Ooh.
Brown's good, actually.
Yeah.
Look at the cleanings and the bearings.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Oh. And the absolute state of the inside.
Well, 1 out of 2 is not bad. That looks like a Jordan rag.
It isn't, actually. It is. Give me trouble. No, it genuinely isn't. Cranking looks good. Stop rods, none of them really look bendy,
That's a good start.
but everything's baked.
Yeah.
Like if I put my light up here, you see bottom of the liner. You see where it's like baked in that bloody oil, like where everything gets that brown tinge on it,
Yeah.
just where it doesn't get changed. Changed. Look at it, man. It's a bloody treacle. Right, I reckon. Let's just pull a cap off quick. I think they're going to be 10 millimeters.
So has everybody returned safely after that Christmas break?
No one's dead.
Good.
Well, Callum is on the roof of the
The new unit.
office, yeah, so he might be dead. And like, just be careful, mate. He's up there sorting, getting all the crap off the roof.
Right.
So we can just start having a bit of a sort out. Yeah. Starting to pull through the coating, look.
Yeah.
That's more oil quality than anything else, really. Pop-de-ping. That's microwave in Welsh. Good old Nigella. Yeah, see? Just starting to pull a coating through, mate.
Yeah.
But the crank is fine diddly-ine.
Well, that's good, because I'm guessing that's expensive.
And you can't get them.
Yeah, you can't get them. Right.
Can I get them?
You
Mint.
canny.
Right. Right. I tell you what, while the kettle is on,
Yep.
because everybody loves a good cleaning video. Oh, if I can get the bearings out. Jesus. There we go, you want? the bed, Elvis. Mate, what's that about? Can't get him out.
No.
Right, I just thought, because everyone loves a good cleaning video,
They certainly do.
let's do a little cleaning video. So I've popped the bearings out. You can start to see, look now, where what the galleries do.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So they're the two scavenge ports.
Yep.
And then it won't reach Dav. When I put it around a minute, mime in a minute, and we'll put the pipe in the other side. So before we put it in the hot wash, I just like to try and get
as much of that crud off as you can.
Yeah, because it ruins a fluid, especially the oil.
Yeah.
And you can just but this can be like
So what is this coming through here? Is this just water with...
no, so this is the like MoTeC bio wash.
Okay, yeah. It even says there, look, bio clean.
So it's got an enzyme in it basically.
Yep.
That breaks down
All the nasty stuff.
yeah, the oils and sort of
Contaminants.
yeah. So it's still a water based.
Yeah.
But it just means you haven't got to have like a solvent based tank to get the
Yeah.
sort of the oil based crap off, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we flip
Oh, now we can see, look.
because if you were at home, you'd be bloody. You'd be using brake cleaner or petrol bath, wouldn't you, really?
Oh,
Like,
definitely,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. And stinking to high heaven.
It's a good sort of place to start.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, you obviously saw the state of it before.
Yes, it was a bit mucky.
Bloody hand cramp. All right.
Yeah.
Can you see anything?
I've
Oh, you've cleaned it.
taken all the paint off.
Ah, right. Okay. Yep.
I was just gonna.
Yeah. 2 secs. You can have it now. To be fair, could you see sort of much when you had it apart?
Not really, if I'm honest.
No.
I think I'm gonna do a lighter bead sealant,
Yeah.
and we'll use the gearbox one, yeah. Or do you want to stick with a black one?
Well, if we put a straight edge on it and just make sure there's... What did we do before?
The black sealing.
We did the black. Did we spread it out, or did we just put a bleed on?
A bead on.
Okay.
Don't know if it's worth just wiping it.
That black stuff doesn't like to be...
No.
So if we use the black stuff, we'd have to put like a... Yeah, we can use the grey stuff if you want to try that.
Yeah, I reckon we'll go that one again.
Okay.
And I'll smear it along all the faces.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, dude.
Happy New Year to you.
How you doing?
Yeah, good yourself.
Not bad, thank you.
Happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you, dude.
I know, I forgot that.
So what have we got going on here then?
So this is the sum off of the S4.
Yes.
So this is the last leak we're trying to sort.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Rick mentioned this, the whole front end of the car off to just to get off because it's a coolant pipe effect.
What a nightmare.
That's on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try it, give it a good clean, try
Yeah.
it again, and fingers crossed that'll be it, and then the customer can have it back.
Happy days. So any progress on your M3 over Christmas?
Not really touched it if I'm honest. So
Fair
I've
play.
used it. I've not done anything to it as such. So
Cool.
I'm going to order the subframe, the solid subframe mounts for it.
Yeah.
Get that done, and then just drive it really. So
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, enjoy the thing.
Some better weather.
Yes. Yeah. Track day season will be on us before we know it.
You know what it will be?
Yeah.
Track day season, do you hear that, Rick?
Track day season. Racing?
We're going to have to get busy. Racing season. Of course.
Don't win a medal on a track day. Well, unless you're Mitch and it's our track days.
Yeah, Mitch does.
You really look Dav.
Right, there we go. Yeah.
So you can see where the galleries are from then.
Yeah, yeah.
So that all three scavengers. So that's the front and the cylinder head drain. And then they're the three ports along the bottom. And that's a turbo drain coming straight out. And then the top of the oil pump then. This has been out before.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oil pump's been out before. Look, state that seal. The lip's got damage, look, you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Just there. It's all been up before.
The plot thickens, eh?
The plot thickens. Start a needle. Right. Let's give this a bloody good clean then, mate, shall we? Yeah, Matthew. Just do me a swap, mate. Right, let him do that bit. We shall do that bit. And that is lunchtime.
Nice.
Let's have a cup of tea. And
do
then
it.
we'll see what that looks like after 20 minutes.
Look at that.
It's getting there. But you
Isn't
can
it?
see, obviously then, the little bits in here that just need-
Yeah. They're difficult to get at, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, makes a massive difference already. Look.
Yeah.
So we just get our lid. That's going to be filthy, that one. Right, let's get it on for that's only been 2-3 minutes as well.
Yeah. It's a quality bit of kit, this.
Right. And then it's just a case of running rifle brushes through everything then. 'Cause there's You see here, look. Silicone in there. Just make sure you get all the silicone out the bolt holes.
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you don't, when you push the bolt back in, you essentially push this old silicone to the bottom of the hole.
Right.
And you might not actually be seating on the shoulder of the bolt. You might just have compressed a bloody load of silicone in the bottom of the hole, and that's what you've pulled up tight against.
Yep.
So you just try to...
Again, little things that make a big difference, isn't that, with
Oh
these?
yes, Stabler.
Yes.
It just never stops, mate, and you can, you know, you can spend days just on bloody deburring.
Yeah. So how many hours would you estimate then for this, from
Take a
strip
week.
down and rebuild?
I sort of block it into the calendar of 3 weeks
Okay.
to do an engine. Week to strip, week to clean,
Yep.
and measure, and then a week to build.
Yep.
So it's a little bit different, doesn't it, mate?
Wow. This book's fresh.
So I've got to basically pull the drain plugs out, and then there's little areas, look, you can see here, where I'll just put it back in the motor tank and work the corners with a brush.
Yep.
But I mean, you can see how much of a massive difference it's made already.
Yeah. It's transformed.
Do you know what I mean? So, and then you can give it a good inspection then as well. You can tell what's going on or what's what.
Yeah, of
If
course.
there's any other damage. So then little, like, it's obviously still not clean because I'm pulling sludge off it everywhere.
Yeah.
Look. And then little bits where sealing is cool, like. You see? Like, that's been in a wash tank, but it still takes some agitation to get some of the marks out.
Yeah.
So like this, normally we just run over it with Scotch-Brite because you don't want to remove any material, but you just want to scuff that sort of up and away. Same with this, really. Look, I mean, so it looks clean, but it's not engine build clean.
Yeah, of course. That's the next level.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You just
Yeah.
use a Scotch-Brite after this now, get all the big debris out of the way. So you just jump back and forth tanks. You can see that, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's about it.
Nice.
Finish stripping the top end now. Pull the pistons out, pull the liners out, everything cleaned, everything in the, you know, but at least now I can make a list of what I need to order. So yeah.
Happy days.
That is Chris Slix's McLaren V8 twin turbo. Pretty much stripped apart, mate.
Oh, there we go.
So again, a little bit of scuffing, just where it's taking the coating off the piston look.
Yep.
But just that brown tarnishing you get.
Yeah.
And bearing looks alright, to be fair. Yeah, it's starting to scuff through a little bit, mind. That's it, one out, mate. Rinse and repeat. Not using any of those, they're all coming out. So we've got different rods to go in it. So
Yeah.
we're using a crank, using a block, using the liners.
So is he looking to go for more power when he's
Yeah,
done
I think
it?
he just wants
Yeah.
it to be safe. So
Yeah.
we've got CP rods and pistons for him.
Yeah.
We've got our main and head stud kit that we've had made. So I've got a couple of sets of those. So we'll use those. Pull the crank out, get the driveline damper off the back and the crank seal. Yeah, I think we'll be all right, mate. I think we'll be all right.
Sounds like a plan.
Get it through the wash tank, get
Yeah.
the liners pulled out of it, marked up. So, yeah. All
Well,
good.
that's a good start to the year.
Not bad, is it?
Yeah.
I can help him. We'll get everything stripped off that V10 now, because I was in the middle of cleaning the V10 before you got here.
Okay.
She's open.
She's open.
So,
Yeah. So what this is, how much has got to go into just sealing that bloody front cover. So what he's got to do now is, we're going to reseal the cam bridges because they're leaking. So we're going to have the cam
there.
bridges off.
Yep.
And put this, basically there's seals that sit under spark plug tubes.
yep.
So we'll strip them off. We'll strip the sump off. He's going to take the oil pump out. I won't spin it upside down at the minute because the oil pump's still on it, isn't it? I don't want the oil going back into the engine, so we'll pull the oil pump off.
Yep.
And then basically he's got to take engine mounts off, alternator off,
Yep.
compressor off that side, oil pump off, and then we're after this piece here, this girdle here.
Okay.
So that's lower scavenge plate.
Yep.
And again, we'll put that through the wash tank, get this one out,
Yep.
and get this cleaned. But of course, we need to take the auxiliary drive off, so that drives your power steering, your aircon, and that's the drive into it.
Yep.
So that's all one unit. That's got to come off, and then this tensioner then as well. We'll leave the crank in, flip it upside down, get those two covers off, get them sealed, back on, oil pump on, and then we'll do the top then. And that is it.
Fun and games.
All for a little leak.
Yeah.
Which is why you can see why they've just painted some sealant over it, because of the amount of work that's got to go into it.
Yep.
So
But it's cooled up eventually.
it always does. Always does. So we'll be all right. We just catch him as he's pulling bits off now. I can just get him through the wash tank, get him cleaned, ready to go. So we'll be good.
Lovely. Right.
Thanks for stopping by, San Diego.
First one of 2025.
Yeah. Let's get at it.
Let's have it.
Let's have it.
Have it.
Have it. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Toodles.